the headlines. Greetings of His Majesty the Sultan to His Excellency the U.S. President are conveyed by His Excellency the Ambassador of the Sultanate of Oman to the United States during His Excellency's reception of him at the White House. The overall performance of the government's digital transformation in the Sultanate of Oman rises to 80% by the end of last May. And more than 125 Palestinians are martyred, including 85 children, as a result of starvation in the Gaza Strip, and UN reports describe the situation in the Strip as catastrophic. Welcome to our news center. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in detail. Greetings of His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq to His Excellency President Donald Trump, President of the United States of America. His Majesty's best wishes for His Excellency's continued health and happiness, and for the government and people of the friendly United States of America continued progress and prosperity were conveyed by His Excellency Ambassador Talal bin Sulaiman al-Rahbi during his reception by His Excellency the President of the United States of America to present his credentials as Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary Ambassador of the Sultanate of Oman to the United States of America during an official ceremony held at the White House. His Excellency the President asked His Excellency the Ambassador to convey his sincere greetings to His Majesty the Sultan and his wishes for His Majesty's continued health and well-being, and for the government and people of the Sultanate of Oman continued progress and prosperity. During the meeting, His Excellency expressed his wishes for the ambassador's success in his duties and for further development and prosperity in bilateral relations between the two friendly countries. For his part, the ambassador expressed the Sultanate of Oman's keenness to strengthen bilateral relations between the two countries and advance the prospects of cooperation in all fields to serve common interests. The National Programme for Government Digital Transformation of 2021 through 2025 recorded an 80% increase in overall performance by the end of last May. The programme achieved a 19% qualitative leap over its performance recorded at the end of the first half of last year, confirming the effectiveness of the implemented strategies and the levels of progress achieved in organizational and digital structures. The average readiness of government institutions for digital transformation rose to 81%, while the readiness of the digital infrastructure in government institutions rose to 86%. Procedures for 96% of targeted and priority government services were simplified, including 381 services whose procedures were simplified in the Menjem laboratories for simplifying government procedures. Oman LNG achieved its highest production in the history last year, reaching more than 98%, reflecting its unwavering commitment to operate excellence and sustainable performance. The company confirmed its readiness for a new phase of expansion with the commencement of long-term sales contracts this year, including quantities from Oman LNG and Qalhat LNG. The company is currently focused on advanced upgrades and maintenance to enhance its capabilities, exceeding its achievements last year. It noted that last year, long-term sales contracts totaling 10.4 million metric tons per year were concluded, providing a strong foundation for a diversified and flexible commercial portfolio. Internationally, the number of starvation-related deaths in Gaza has reached 122, with 9 more deaths reported in the past 24 hours. Medical sources confirm that 83 of the victims are children, including one who died Friday morning from famine and malnutrition. Hospitals continue to receive severe cases as 900,000 children in Gaza face hunger, 70,000 of whom are now malnourished. The UN agency UNRWA earlier warned that malnutrition among children under 5 has doubled between March and June due to the ongoing Israeli blockade of food and aid to Gaza. About 30 Palestinians were killed and dozens more were injured in ongoing Israeli airstrikes on various areas in the Gaza Strip. The Palestinian Ministry of Health in Gaza said that 14 Palestinians were killed and others were injured by Israeli army fire while seeking humanitarian aid at the Muraj access in the southern Gaza Strip. 5 Palestinians were killed and several others were injured in an Israeli airstrike that targeted residential apartments west of Gaza City. Meanwhile, the occupation launched a series of airstrikes and artillery shelling on both Shuja'iyya neighborhood and Khan Yunis City, resulting in a number of deaths and injuries. At least 3 people were killed in Russian attacks targeting the Donetsk and Zaporizhia regions of Ukraine. The Ukrainian Defense Ministry said that Russian drone attacks on the cities of Pokrovsk and Myrionhrad resulted in 2 deaths, adding that another person was injured in Pokrovsk. 5 other people were injured in Russian artillery shelling on 2 towns in an area located in eastern Ukraine. 1 person was killed and 2 others were injured in a drone attack on the village of Poltavka in the Zaporizhia region. From Asia, Thai Prime Minister Phum Tam Vichai has warned that border clashes with Cambodia could escalate into a war, even if the situation is currently limited only to clashes. The border dispute between the 2 Southeast Asian countries has escalated over the past 2 days to a level of violence unprecedented since 2011, with fighter jets, tanks and soldiers on the ground, as well as artillery shelling in various disputes areas. The Thai Health Ministry said that more than 138,000 civilians have evacuated areas affected by the clashes in northeastern Thailand. Meanwhile, Thailand has affirmed its willingness to resolve the dispute with Cambodia through Malaysian mediation, according to a spokesperson for the Thai Foreign Ministry. Still to come in our news bulletin. Teen Square, a one-stop destination for entertainment, shopping and family fun in Kharif Salala season. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The industrial sector in the Sultanate of Oman continues achieving high performance indicators reflecting the effectiveness of government policies aimed at promoting economic diversification and increasing its contribution to the gross domestic product within the framework of Oman Vision 2040. Here is a report.
Oman's industrial sector is gaining momentum as a core pillar of the country's long-term development strategy. Backed by government initiatives, the sector is playing a growing role in boosting non-oil economic output and supporting the goals of Oman Vision 2040. In the first half of this year, the sector saw solid growth driven by rising regional and international demand, along with increased productivity across various industrial activities. This progress stems from the integration of national policies and incentive programs focused on building a competitive, flexible industrial base. Efforts include the implementation of the Industrial Strategy 2040, improved services in industrial zones, streamlined investor procedures, and support for high-quality investments. The sector is a key contributor to economic growth, innovation, and employment of national talent. It also plays a vital role in enhancing food and medical security and expanding local value chains. A notable increase in foreign direct investment was recorded in Q1 2025, up 27.5% year-on-year, bringing total inflows to nearly 2.75 billion Omani riyals. Investments are focused on promising areas such as renewable energy technologies, mining, and food and pharmaceutical manufacturing. Oman's non-oil exports also rose by over 7%, surpassing 2.7 billion riyals. The UAE, Saudi Arabia, and India were the top importers of Omani products, highlighting the sector's growing presence in global markets.
Thank you, Ruqayya. Oman airports recorded a 2% growth in passenger numbers across the Sultanate's airports during the month of June. This growth in passenger numbers is a positive indicator of the effectiveness of promotional and tourism efforts and the ability of Oman's airports to accommodate the increasing traffic and provide services in accordance with the highest international standards. Oman Airports is committed to providing a smooth, safe and high-quality travel experience by developing various airport facilities and implementing the latest technologies and smart services that contribute to reduced processing times and enhanced passenger comfort. Duqm is set to become Oman's next big tourism destination with soaring investments and strategic planning. The special economic zone is turning into a magnet for visitors and developers alike. More details in the following report.
The Special Economic Zone at Duqm is seeing rising demand for tourism services, boosted by steady growth in visitor numbers and business activity. This momentum is supported by a range of incentives and facilities offered by the public authority for special economic zones and free zones. By the end of last year, total committed investments in Duqm's tourism sector surpassed 853 million Omani riyals. The zone currently features 21 hotels and 10 hotel apartment complexes, alongside a major integrated tourism development that includes hotels, villas, and serviced apartments. Official figures show that 16 tourism projects have been completed so far, while several others are either under construction or in initial development phases, signaling investor confidence in the region's long-term potential. Duqm's appeal lies in its year-round moderate climate, prime location on the Arabian Sea, and diverse attractions like beaches, the Rock Garden, Duqm Beach Park, and new landmarks such as the Public Garden in Hay Sai. As part of its 2025 to 2023 strategy, the zone is focusing on creating a balanced lifestyle and positioning Duqm as one-of-a-kind tourism destination.
Thank you, Afra. And to the south of Oman, as the 24th summer camp for Girl Guides and Advanced Girl Guides began at the Permanent Scout Camp in Jabal Ashur Field in Dhofar Governorate. Organised by the Ministry of Education, the camp will continue until July the 30th under the theme Community Partnership Leadership to Build the Future. 270 female leaders and guides from across the Sultanate of Oman are participating in the camp. This program includes training workshops, educational and tourist visits and sporting and cultural activities, including the Sports Day held at the Sultan Qaboos Youth Complex for Culture and Entertainment in Salalah. The camp includes competition and group games in addition to the National Day and Talent Discovery events. It's worth noting that the summer camp for guides and advanced students aims to develop participants' capabilities in life skills and camping and foster a spirit of adventure and challenge through diverse activities based on community partnerships and direct contact with nature. Dhafar's Kharif Festival is in full swing with a vibrant carnival at Eteen Square offering fun for all ages. The highlight is the region's largest inflatable amusement park where kids can enjoy slides, obstacle courses and even games in the safe shaded environment. Families can also explore shopping corners featuring local crafts, perfumes and souvenirs, while book lovers can enjoy the dedicated books corner with reading spaces, poetry sessions and creative workshops. Every evening, visitors are treated to spectacular shows including themed parades, international acts and dazzling fireworks with food stalls, cultural displays and interactive zones. The carnival is a one-stop destination for entertainment, shopping and family fun throughout the Kharif season. This is the Sultanate of Oman television, and before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. Greetings of His Majesty the Sultan to His Excellency the US President are conveyed by His Excellency the Ambassador of the Sultanate of Oman to the United States during His Excellency's reception of him at the White House. The overall performance of the government's digital transformation in the Sultanate of Oman rises to 80% by the end of last May. And more than 125 Palestinians are martyred, including 85 children, as a result of starvation in the Gaza Strip. And UN reports describe the situation in the Strip as catastrophic. With that, we do come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night and stay safe.